Hello and welcome to game number 3 of the rd2l mini Immortal division. We are again this game number 3 between Seal and Team Excellent, to be honest, and we'll be starting with the draft.
Radiant team ban.
1-for-1. Team Excellence, to be honest, got off to a fantastic start in game number 1. In game number 2 we had a 1 hour long bloodfest and Seal was able to take it home in the end. Conker being banned out, Conker being played by aponzeus in game number 2, having been a crucial part of nearly all team fights with boats, as well as X marks the spot, being very annoying to deal with. And then they decide to ban it out this time. Rubik ban, Rubik and staple by Squash, the mid laner from Team Excellence. He went 16-0 in game number 1. They don't want to deal with that again. Faceless Void ban, a really strong core at the moment. Not too surprising here. Some quick information. This is a best of 3, but neither of these teams are eliminated. It is a double elimination bracket. Whoever loses here goes down to their lower bracket and will fight for the tournament lives there. So if your favorite team loses here, don't worry, you'll still be able to see them again. But both of these teams for sure want to stay in the upper bracket. Just having that insurance policy of not having to play an elimination match that early on. Mirana ban, just such an annoying support. Arrows, very annoying to deal with. As well as the sentry vision that you need to have against the ultimate is very hard to deal with, especially with the only 10 sentries at the time. We're gonna be seeing what's gonna be the first pick for Team Excellence, to be honest. The team spearheaded by Mr. Brightside. Already dipping into reserve time. For first pick, they are getting a Lich, a very strong position 5 right now. He has Frost Shield, but he is overall more of an aggressive position 5 than a defensive position 5. He has a bit of save with that Frost Shield, but overall he wants to go aggressive in lane most of the time. He has slows, he has his right clicks, and he has Frost Shield to get himself out of harm's situation.
Remaining.
We're gonna see how Seal is gonna respond to this.
5 seconds remaining.
Morph Shaker would be in the pool. I don't know if their players are comfortable playing this, but that is for sure. And we see Lina, very common position 4 at the moment, very often paired with Sand King, so we'll see if that's gonna be the second pick. If it isn't picked here and not picked up by Team Excellence, I would say it is most likely gonna get banned. It is one of the strongest, if not the strongest offlaner. And Enigma pickup once again. Beaskill was playing the Enigma in the previous game, had some really nice black holes. But he played it as the position 4, if I remember this correctly. So we'll see how this is gonna go now. Gyrocopter, I feel like that's a good combo with Lich. That's a really strong safe lane. You can put the Frost Shield onto Gyrocopter together with Rocket Brush. That's tons of damage in the early laning phase. And back to Radiant's draft. Enigma might be position 3 here now, and Lina position 4.
5 seconds remaining. Team
We'll
ban.
see. Wraith King banned. Deserted, carried his team on the Wraith King with a Divine Rapier in the end even. The Team Excellence doesn't want to deal with that anymore. Seeing that Dire already showed their safe
5
lane.
seconds remaining.
But they also kinda know with a high probability that it's gonna be against an Enigma Lina lane. Dire can
Dire
ban out,
team
yeah,
ban.
exactly, can ban out now offlaners. Sand King comes to mind, Abaddon, another offlaner. What are the other offlaners that are really strong this patch? Night Stalker, of course. Legion Commander might get banned out as well. For the side of Dire,
10 seconds remaining.
they most likely are gonna continue to ban safe lane or
5
mid
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
Since since that is where the biggest threat is coming from now. They know they for sure also want something that can stop a BKB black hole. We saw Mr. Brightside playing the Winter Wyvern in the previous game against the Enigma. He will be most likely playing the Lich. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be another pickup. Dipping into reserve time here from Team Excellence some more. They are thinking very hard about this ban.
Radiant team ban.
And there's a Legion Commander ban. Very interesting. From Foxseal's lineup so far, I would say Enigma is most likely going to be the offlaner, since Lina as a position 5 feels kind of underwhelming. But it could be also Lina mid, and they think Enigma is position 4, Lina mid. And then I could see this ban of the LC.
10 seconds remaining.
But then I wouldn't understand why Radiant banned Sand
5
King, because then
seconds
I would
remaining.
say this is still a pickup that they would want to get together with the Lina.
Radiant team.
Beastmaster,
Dire
another
team
offlaner
pick.
being banned out. Axe. Okay, so I'm very confused. So Axe is most likely going to be offlane. Enigma, maybe 4, and Lina mid. But that would be kind of giving that draft away at 3 picks. Like, if that is what they're doing. Unless they think... I
10
don't
seconds
know.
remaining.
I'm confused. I know there's like an Immortal spammer called like Manly Axe Pick or
5
something like that
seconds
plays
remaining.
Axe as position 5 exclusively. But I don't know. I I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what Team Excellence's response is gonna be. But so far, this Radiant lineup has a lot of lockdown. They have the Call, they have Black Hole, they have Lina stuns. And on the side of Dire, they don't really have any safe for that. Grimstroke. Grimstroke Lich. That combo was so broken half a year, a little bit more than half a year ago. It's not as strong anymore, but it's still very potent. If you get that double chain thrust, it's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And it's not
10
that hard to
seconds
pull off, I
remaining.
feel. To get 2 chain thrusts, it's harder to
5
pull off 2
seconds
chain
remaining.
thrusts that then actually keep on bouncing to good targets. Yeah. So we'll see what's going to be the next pick for Foxseal. Axe most likely gonna be creep cutting from against the Gyrocopter Lich lane. I don't know if you
Dire
can
team
stay in lane like without creep cutting. Lifestealer. So they haven't seen the offlaner yet, and they go for a safe carry in the Lifestealer. Lifestealer doesn't really get countered by many offlaners. Centaur is still in the pool for Team
10
Excellence.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Slardar fucks over Lifestealer. Completely forgot about that. As far as I know, Lifestealer has a really rough time against Lifestealer. That's a problem. I like the Slardar pickup.
10 seconds
It's also
remaining.
with Grimstroke together, you get the double corrosive haste, but
5
also when
seconds
they're
remaining.
leashed, being able to get a 2-man stun off, as Slardar is getting a lot easier if they can't run away from each other. We're gonna see what's gonna be the last bans here. The side of Dire looks for mid laner, and so does Radiant. So we're most likely gonna see some more mid laners getting banned out. Although it still is, again, if it's not a Lina mid lane, which, as far as I think it's a Lina mid lane, and they actually need a position 4, position 5, I mean. Simply because, like, Axe is gonna be off lane, Enigma is gonna be the position 4 / jungle, and Lina 5. I mean, I don't know. Is that a thing? Huh. I do, however, feel in terms of drafting, taking the Axe there, kinda, if you're doing Lina mid, kinda gave it away with the Axe pick. But also already with the Enigma pick. Like, those are smart players. It's an OD ban. OD, absolute beast of a hero in certain hands, like Full
10
Squash.
seconds remaining.
And we'll see what's going to be the last
5
ban for
seconds
Team
remaining.
Excellent. Team Excellent has to pick first. So Foxseal is going to see the entire lineup of Team Excellence and can then adjust accordingly. There are some crazy people who play stuff like Enigma mid. Storm Spirit ban. Does that hint towards a certain pick? I am sure it does. I'm also sure I just don't know it. Axe Lifestealer is gonna be a pretty potent combo. Infest with Blink. It's gonna be a lot of
5
burst
seconds
damage.
remaining.
And so far there's like Slardar for the stun, and we see Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger, one of the 3 heroes that Full Squash plays. Those 3 heroes shall be not named here, because that would be giving away strats. It's Rubik and Wind Ranger. And I'm sure Radiant kind of suspected this. It gives the Dire lineup a little bit more stun. Also some
5
good
seconds
kill
remaining.
potential. Wind Ranger getting a javelin and focus fire is pew 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 pew, and die. Gonna see what's gonna be the response from Foxseal. And that's gonna reveal their lanes. So most likely gonna reveal their lanes. So we're gonna have 10 more seconds before this last pick is gonna come in. And it is an Ember
Choose your
Spirit. Ember Spirit. Okay. So we see I have a position 1 Lifestealer. Ooh, interesting. And we have a position 5 Lina? Position 5 Lina. Or, I mean, yeah. Or do they just jungle with Enigma and have Lifestealer have a solo lane against Slardar? That wouldn't be a good idea. I think that would be a very, very bad idea. Axe, by the way, not having a full axe. He has like a chain axe to throw. That's like... So we will be hopping into the game very shortly. So far from the draft, ooh, I like the Radiance lineup. I haven't really seen much Lich being like I know it has been played at higher levels, but I haven't really seen it played much, so I don't really know how effective the position 5 Lich is gonna be. And because of that, I struggle to see the strength of Dire's lineup. But the combo with Grimstroke for sure is very potent in the team fight. And we are in the game. So we'll be hopping through names really quick. We see Axe being played by Osis, Smacktrix by Lina, apparently position 4 Lina. Ember Spirit and 109. We see Lifestealer played by Deserted and Biskel on the Enigma once again going bottom so far. We see Mr. Brightside on the Crimstroke with the Basilius already. Jay on the Slardar going offlane. Fusquash mid, Windranger. Weehaw Special near on the Gyrocopter. And last but not least, Big Mike on the Lich. It's a Platinum Windranger. Yikes. Somebody likes to spam those heroes.
30 seconds to battle.
And we see Slardar going bash off the deep level 1. He is not afraid. He sees Lifestealer there. Brightside there as well with Stroke of Fate. Is there gonna be a contest for the rune? We see Gyrocopter going for the Lina, and the slow together with the Rocket Barrage is lots of damage onto the Lina here. Another Rocket Barrage. Is this gonna be first blood here? Bloodlust. Nice side dodge of the LSA, but this is first blood for Gyrocopter. Eating a Tango, and the already saying well played there. Big Mike putting some more harass into the axe. First blood for the Gyrocopter. And Dire up to a good start. Stun onto the Lich. And we're gonna go to last hit as well. And have it like this. So we see one denied so far. And another stun onto Gyrocopter. Is Gyrocopter dead here? The Bloodlust dealing good amounts of damage. Battle Hunger, not Bloodlust. Bloodlust is Ogre. Battle Hunger is Axe. And he already forced to use the salve. Another stun onto the Lich. Smack Tricks absolutely demolishing people here with his LSAs. Meanwhile, bottom seems also to be a fight going on. Another stun onto the Lifestealer, and he has to back up and self up. Top, meanwhile, we see these people are just running at each other. Gyrocopter forced to use Rocket Barrage, not getting much out of it. And Axe is just diving the tower. Did he dive a little bit too far? And Gyrocopter not dodging the LSA, just clipped on the side, and Lina, and not a kill onto the Gyrocopter. Those LSAs have been hitting time and time again. Very well played there by Smack Tricks. Big Mike trying to force out the Lina, not wanting her to. Is she gonna deny herself? She doesn't have. Yes, she bought out. She will be denying herself to the tower, giving the Axe some solo experience. But they are going on to the Axe. And is this another kill here? And I missed the kill. Yeah, I mean, that was just Lina denying herself. And this kill here, will it be happening? They can't find him in the woods. And he's out. Osis getting out of danger. In terms of last hits, 11 for 5 for the Windranger against the 7 for 0 Ember Spirit. Fusquash so far having a really good game in this mid lane. This Gyrocopter not really getting a lot of time to farm, and another stun onto the Lich. And slow as well as stun onto the Lina. Is this going to be a counter kill? Fairy Fire used, and another stun onto the Gyrocopter, but he already used his Rocket Barrage. Who's going to die first? Gyrocopter dying as well. This lane so far working out beautifully. Smack Tricks doesn't need any setup for his stuns. He's landing them time and time again, just on the edge. Meanwhile, bottom, we see them Slardar bashing people over and over. Mid, is this gonna be a kill? Flame Guard saving 109.
Balance.
But the tower hit. Windranger, and Windranger died, diving a little bit too far. 109, playing with fire there and getting the kill onto the Windranger. He knows how to play with fire. He's Ember Spirit. Big Mike finding aponzeus, or the other way around. Near. He's struggling to keep up with CS. He has only had 5 last hits to his name so far. Getting bullied and forced to go for kills. And here we see another engagement onto the Lina. Lina is gonna die first this time. Axe, if he gets another spin. The battle hunger, and he's dead. Axe getting another kill. Did he overextend himself? And he... there are kills happening all around the map. Enigma, I think, simply denying himself, or like committing suicide to the tower. But Axe dying to the Lich. This is a bloodbath up top, but Gyrocopter doesn't have any last hits. This is for sure a problem for the Dire side. But in terms of last hits, mid lane, despite that early death of Fusquash, still very far ahead in terms of last hits. 5-minute runes. There is another fight here top. Is Lich dead here? It does look like it. One more hit by the Lina and Big Might falls down. In terms of bounties, it was 2 for 1. So far it looks like 3 for 1 for the Radiant. So Radiant getting ahead there. Big Mike going for a warding mission. Fusquash is like, hey, I don't see anything mid. Big Mike's, no worries, I gotcha, bruh. Also putting down a sentry. Fusquash being level 6 now, Ember Spirit as well. Ember Spirit having now Remnant. And there's a stun, not catching. Lifestealer trying to man up, but just not enough lifesteal yet. And that's a kill for the Slardar, using Salve to be able to stay in lane. Inkswell together with the stuns from the Slardar are proving to be very hard to deal with for the Lifestealer.
Invisibility.
So far, this laning stage being very even. The side lanes, especially top, seems to be going in Dire's favor, considering the last hits, although Near kind of caught up, being now at this pretty much same amount of last hits as the Axe. And there's another kill attempt. Rocket Barrage forced out. And the early point in Sinister Gaze and the homing missile and the rotation by Fusquash securing the kill. Are they also gonna get Lina? It doesn't look like it. The shackle shot already being used. Nice rotation there by Fusquash, getting the kill onto the Axe and securing his safe lane. Carry a bit more secure time to farm. Safe time to farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jay, we see in terms of last hits, Dire are winning mid as well as bottom, but top is kinda going even. Near now pulling ahead a little bit. I did underestimate this lane between Lina and Axe. Smacktrix playing the Lina very, very well. And they seem to go for another kill attempt onto the Lich. He is using Frost Armor on himself, but Fusquash being top again. And is this gonna be another kill onto Axe? Focus fire. Is it gonna be enough? Lich is gonna die first, but so is gonna be Axe. And a stun onto the Lina, follow up by Power Shot. Power Shot dealing so much damage. But he is simply gonna TP out. And I missed another kill down bottom. Kill onto the Enigma, and they also want to go for this Lifestealer, but Ember showed up, kills both of them. Nice rotation by 109. Recognizing they are overextending, they aren't that survivable against the magic damage by Ember. And maxed out Flame Guard together with Fire Remnant, so much damage. He also has a bottle now, going for drums. Fusquash, he wants that Javelin to solo kill people even more easily. Osis still trying to finish the face boots. And Lich. Is Lich gonna be caught out here? Oh, who is gonna caught out here? Frost armor to slow down. Foo Squash. He is gonna focus fire the axe. We also see an engagement down here. And the power shot hitting 3 people. Well played there by Foo Squash. Enabling the kill onto the Alina as well. Very good power shot there, and Foo Squash is not done. He wants to make kills happen all around the map using another clarity. And Gyrocopter, he is going to the jungle now. There are some stacks here, and he's gonna finish up his threats now. Foo Squash mid, nearly level 10. He's having a really good game, but this is giving time for 109 to catch up in terms of last hits. Brightside, he wants to go for these runes, but realizes Ember Spirit is there as well. He calls for help from the side of Jay. And are they gonna go? There are 3 people here. LSA missing, and the Rage not allowing that. But this stun is just so much damage onto the Ember Spirit. LSA onto the Gyrocopter, and another stun from Jay, killing Lina as well. Mid lane as well as the position 4 dying, not what Radiant had hoped for. For sure not. Underestimating how much damage Jay deals with his stun into a bash of deep with an ink swell. This combo is a force to be reckoned with. Big Mike meanwhile getting some experience top. Foo Squash grabbing a haste rune. He has his javelin now. He is hunting for people. Is he gonna find somebody? No, he's simply gonna help his team pressure this tier 1 down here. They are attempting to limit Radiant's access to their jungle. Taking down this tier 1 pretty much makes invasions into the Radiant jungle so much easier, and they already say, hey, let's look through here, take their jungle away, as well as look if we find any kills. The Radiant lineup is rather greedy with an Ember Spirit, with a Lifestealer, with an Enigma. Enigma TPing top. Is there gonna be a fight happening here? 3 people top. Stun onto the Lina, but Ember Spirit is here as well. Call down only hitting the Lina. Call onto the... But there's the combo I was talking about. Double chain frost, but the black hole onto 2 people. And we see a stun from the Slardar, finishing up the Lina. Grimstroke getting killed as well. Nice 2-hero shackle by Foo Squash. Is he gonna be able to find the kill? Oh, power shot closely missing. It's a 3-for-3 trade so far. And we will see if they are able to get this. And he's gonna wind run forward. Shackle shot not latching. But it's gonna be enough. And that's another kill for Foo Squash. Foo Squash is dominating now. Going into an MKB first item. They turned it around. It was a nice black hole. It was a 4-for-3 trade. But Foo Squash definitely coming ahead out of this laning phase. And I'm gonna switch up to net worth here. We see Foo Squash far ahead, 1000 ahead of the enemy mid laner Ember Spirit. He also has an Invis rune, seeing the Enigma. He realized there has been a sentry ward putting down here, so but he also he sees those 2 people. Is he gonna make an attempt onto Ember Spirit? Ember Spirit just came back alive, and I missed a kill onto the Lifestealer from the Slardar together with Gyrocopter. Deserted, going down. He has his Midas. Nice shackle shot onto the Ember Spirit. Not sure if it's enough. Sinister Gaze and the power shot hitting, but not quite enough damage. Very, very lucky there on the side of Ember Spirit of not getting more procs from the Javelin. And there is Laguna Blade. Big Might simply getting caught out there. Silence onto the Lina. but that's a 2-hero chains. They are gonna try to disengage from this here. They don't want to fight this anymore.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Ember Spirit is marching forward. He finished his drums. We see bottom. Lifestealer has his Radiance, has Face Boots. He is in full farming mode, engaged. Axe, he is going for a blink. Finished up his
Dire's middle tower is under
Vanguard.
attack.
No, it's just a casual Ring of Health. Big Mike. He is hoping for a 4-staff as well as Glimmer Cape. And I just heard another call down just for farm. Near definitely having regained some of that early pressure. And Fusquash enabling another kill together with Slardar. I need to focus more on this Slardar. Slardar enabling all of those kills. Lifestealer going down. This is not good, but Slardar might be the trade here. Silence onto the Ember Spirit, but he might be just getting out here. So it is a trade, but I am sure Dire is kind of happy with that. Another kill onto the Lina, and he is moving forward with the Frost Armor. And they are seeing the Enigma and another Shackle Shot and another kill. Fusquash unstoppable. Seems to be doing very similar to the first game, and we see now bounty runes already been taken. In terms of numbers, we see 2 and 2 trade. No, yeah, 2 and 2 trade. Rating getting both top and Dire both bottom. And we will be farming this Gyrocopter, going for Aghanim's Scepter first. I like this. Aghanim Scepter giving so much damage with the Side Gunner, as well as when you're stunned, you're still attacking. Fusquash finished his MKB 15 minutes in. Going for Aghanim Scepter next. Level 13 on the side of Radiant. We will see. Osis has his Blink Dagger now. Aether Lens on the Lina. Lifestealer, he's suffering a little bit. Still number 3 in net worth. That's pretty good. And another kill onto the Ember Spirit. Fusquash getting the kill there with his MKB. I'm just waiting for the fight recap to see if that was a solo kill or if he had help from the Grimstroke. And we see help from the Grimstroke. And another stun onto the Lina into a power shot, and that's a dead Lina. Wind Rager dealing so much damage at this stage of the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Enigma, he doesn't have much. 1300 net worth, that's not what you want to be seeing from your Enigma.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A stun onto Big Mike. Call onto the Lich. This is just gonna be a dead position 5 here for the side of Dire. They don't want to fight this anymore. They are overtaking this jungle here, as well as letting their Gyrocopter simply farm. He is closing in on his Aghanim Scepter, and we see he is catching up in farm so fast. Fusquash getting called here. Is he dead? Remnant in, and that's a dead Fusquash, just overstaying his welcome a little bit. And there's a silence onto the Enigma. And there's another chains onto the Grimstroke and the call, and that's a dead Grimstroke. Fusquash overstaying his welcome, not expecting the call into Fire Remnant. Thinking he is invincible, but it wasn't quite the case. His Blink Dagger proving work so far, enabling multiple kills. Frost Armor onto the tower to slow down this push. And is Radiant gonna disengage, or are they gonna go back in? Nice blink out by the Slardar. He has a blink now, going Aghanim Scepter next. And the full 5-man of Radiant is back alive. And from Dire is back alive, and Radiant is gonna disengage now. Lifestealer is gonna go into this Gyrocopter, but Gyrocopter is simply gonna TP out nothing there to stop that from the side of Radiant. When only Lifesteal is there, of course. There is a smoke by Enigma as well as Lina. Maybe Lifestealer was a little bit too hastily going onto this gyrocopter, because if he would have waited with that play for like 10 seconds, they would have been able to stop that TP. And there's a disconnect from Fusquash, and we have a pause. In terms of items, let's take a look. Ember Spirit has a Maelstrom now. He's doing quite well. Axe having Blink Dagger, finished up a full Blade Mail. This is gonna be lots of damage against this Wind Ranger, against Gyrocopter. Enigma, he is the one really suffering from this laning phase. All other supports having at least 3k net worth, but he is at 1.3k. Having a rough game so far in B-Skull. He had one black hole here that was very good. Since then I haven't really seen it used. Lina, she's having a good game. Ethelens going into another Ethelens. And Lifestealer, he is closing in on his relic. We will see how the game is gonna continue after this. Brightside going for an Ethelens, as well as another Aetherland next. Lich having a casual cloak just for the added survivability. Fusquash, does he have anything on the courier? It seems, or is this all? This is all. MKB, very expensive item. And he also reconnected. And the Aghanim Scepter is now finished on Gyrocopter, going into Maelstrom next. And we will be resuming the game. So thank you for the pause. I was able to go over items. I do believe Dire want, if at all possible, they would like to kill the Lifestealer before this Radiance timing. I'm not sure if they are going to be able to do that. Lifestealer just catching up in farm. Deserted, he is very clearly a very good farmer. We saw it in the second game on Wraith King, here in the third game on Lifestealer as well. He is making the farm happen. Another smoke by Dire behind this Slardar. They know what happened previously. Fusquash got jumped here, so they maybe want to bait Slardar here. But it's simply going to be a trade. Radiant is going to be pushing top. And they are seeing the Ember Spirit mid. But he has Remnants. Yep, exactly. And the Bounty Runes, it seems to be going for a 2-for-2 trade. Dire getting bottom, Radiant getting top. And Brightside is keeping in here. They might want to try to make a play here onto this Lifestealer if at all possible. But no, they're just going to be pushing out the lanes. Did we see Brightside? In terms of talents, 90 GPM now, as well as 200 health on Lich. Enigma closing in on his level 10, and Lina having her level 10, plus 125 cast range, plus the Aetherlands. Such a huge range on all of her spells. Jay, he is closing in on his Aghanim Scepter. Gyrocopter, he is getting close to his Maelstrom. Radiant would like to get into their jungle. It seems to be a team move. Are they gonna catch out this Slardar? Or is Slardar gonna be able to wither through everything? He is gonna jump in onto the Enigma, and Enigma is just dead with the damage. And there's a call onto the Slardar. Are they gonna be able to take? Yes, they are gonna be able to take down that fish. And the fish is going down. Axe getting the Culling Blade off, but Enigma just died within seconds there. That was a simple blink, and they were kind of ready for that, but it just wasn't enough. They are pushing top, using Focus Fire.
Radiant's top tower has
Radiant
fallen.
doesn't want the tier 2 getting pushed in though. They are ready with an infest bomb. Does Lifestealer have his Radiant? Lifestealer has his Radiance. This is gonna be scary. James onto the Lich, and Lifestealer just says, "Hey, I want this Lich," and this is gonna be a dead Lich. They did use the Shrine, and there's the call in from the Axe and the immediate deletion of Mr. Brightside on the Crimson. But Lifestealer dying as well. Fusquash doing so much damage together with Nier. And it's a 2-for-2 trade. They are losing Axe as well as Lifestealer, and they are not done yet. Jump in from the Slardar. Another LSA onto the Slardar, but not quite enough. Lina going down as well. There's still a black hole, but he is simply going to die. Another chain, but Ember Spirit is the only one left. It looked good for a second there, but Dire being able to turn it around, and it's a 4-for-2 trade. Gyrocopter dealing so much damage with that call down in this very tight area here. Grimstroke died, but he got his ultimate off, and that was what enabled this fight to happen there. And Slardar has his Aghanim Scepter now, and he is getting his puddles, that regen, as well as status resistance. It's really nice. 40% status resistance, 35 HP resistance, HP regen, not resistance. And we see 5k advantage now in terms of net worth. It has been steadily going downhill. And that was the Radiance reveal, and Deserted realizing he still needs more. He needs to continue his farming. Gyrocopter having a really rough laning phase, but he is number 1 of net worth. Having his Maelstrom finished now, going for BKB as well as Satanic for the survivability. Brightside going for a Yule Scepter next.
Radiant are scanning.
Enigma wasn't able to do anything in this previous game. He wanted to have a black hole going there, but just couldn't find the angle. Without having a blink dagger, it is rough. It is very rough here. Dewart going there for the Lich. And there's a call onto the Grimstroke, and Brightside simply dying. Pushing out the lane a little bit too far. Meanwhile, Fusquash is waiting here bottom. He wants to get this bounty rune, and if at all possible, a kill. He's closing in on his Aghanim Scepter.
Every coin helps.
And we see in ooh, Big Mike, his spidey senses were tingling. So instead of going for the bounty rune, he denies it. What a heads up play there. He realized going for that would be death as well as giving up the bounty rune. So he just denied it. That was very well played there. If I can't have the money, you can't either. That's some capitalistic statement here. Not wanting to share with other people. And Dire are porting in 4 heroes here. Are they going to be able to find any kills? Biskel is still in the area. Their Ember Spirit simply getting the chains onto Lich and going away. Fusquash, he is wind running forward, but Enigma is TPing out, and they aren't able to find any. There was a stun missed by the Slardar, but he is in his puddle. This status is as well as there we see the soul bind onto Enigma as well as Lina. Enigma dead, Lina dead as well. Follow up by the wind run, and this Slardar having a really good game. That puddle, you can't really fight him with that. And they are going straight into Roche, having so much minus armor from the Slardar, as well as a lot of damage from the Gyrocopter. Radiant doesn't look like they are going to test this. They are going to let this go, and this is the Aegis for Dire. And we are 26 minutes in and 6k advantage. But it does look like
Radiant's middle tower
Dire
is
having
under
a
attack.
good grip on this game. Slardar having a really good game. Catching out these kills time and time again. And will we see if Radiant is gonna defend the tier 2? They won't. And there's another stun onto the... But there's the stun from Slardar jumping into the base, catching out the axe. Blade Mail is activated. Power shot only hitting onto one. And there's even the Lich ult committed. And they are going in for the tier 3 tower. That is the initiation on the side of Radiant dead, and the puddles are still there for Slardar, enabling all this survivability for the Fishman. They are going to continue to push here. Aghanim Scepter for Ember Spirit. Lifestealer only having a Hyperstone. His minus is off cooldown, but we see Aegis already being taken down. But the Soulbind onto the 2 cores, eliminating Lifestealer, and Ember Spirit getting away with the Aghanim Scepter. And is Dire gonna pursue this push? It doesn't look like it. They are TPing out, they are low, and they didn't lose anybody except for the Aegis. Lifestealer dying again. This is not what you want to have happen on your position 1 carry. He still needs to have his AC, and his Hand of Mice is still off cooldown. This is very, very, very unfortunate. Lina having a Yule Scepter now. This Enigma pick has not really worked out so far. But again, it's an Enigma pick. One good black hole and you say it was all worth it. 4-man black hole on the right target, and you are happy you're having this Enigma. Smoke up by the Dire side. They are going top here, trying to find a pick off, trying to turn this game more into their favor. Also getting some vision down while they're there. Is this ward? This ward is just out of range. So Dire, in the meanwhile, they seem to be figuring out that this is going on, and Radiant is gonna retreat. Enigma TPing out, getting some farm with his Eidolons. He wants to go for a BKB now, not Blink Dagger. BKB. There are too many ways to stop the BKB, to stop the black hole without a BKB. You have to catch this Slardar in it, because Bash of the Deep pierces spell immunity. They are going on to the... but not quite enough. Blink range, not quite enough. With the Inkswell. It would have been very well timed with the Inkswell. And there are 2 here. Yule Scepter onto the... and as well as Laguna Blade. But are they gonna be able to catch the lane range? It doesn't look like it. And their axe as well as Lina dead. Enigma finding himself on the wrong side of town. BKB used by Nier on the gyrocopter. Are they gonna be able to lock down this Ember Spirit? It doesn't look like it. He's just gonna remnant away. But another 1 team fight by Dire. Even though Radiant initiated this, they thought they could get the pick off onto the Windrunner, but she just walked away. Not enough damage there, not enough burst. Lifestealer is gonna be split pushing. He finished his AC now, getting the tier 2 here. So they are trading tier 2s, and Lifestealer is getting some farm here. He is catching up in network time and time again, despite his unfortunate death. They are keeping out the gyrocopter to deal with this push. And this would be the time for Radiant to fight. They know Gyrocopter doesn't have TP. He doesn't have Boots of Travel, right? Nope, he doesn't. They are going on to this Lifestealer. This Lifestealer is just dead. Shackle Shot with MKB and Focus Fire is just too much damage. And none of his team was ready to save him. This... Radiant seems to be a bit lost. The Enigma not really having any impact in this game. The Axe having a blink dagger, but his lifesteal is getting caught out time and time again, and they aren't ready to save him. Just not in position, just not quite in position to do so. And Slardar is saying, hey, let's push in this lane, and then we have good game. Slardar also finished up his BKB now. Yes, BKB for Slardar. And Gyrocopter finishing up. Not quite his satanic, but closing in on that. Fusquash, he has having his BKB as well. Those next few fights are going to be difficult for Radiant, but they have multiple BKB piercing spells. Black Hole, Call. Still don't understand why that goes through BKB. And Dire is simply controlling this map more than Radiant. Radiant, we see 3 people just standing on their high ground, not getting much farm here. We see net worth steadily going down in the favor of Dire. Fusquash, he's having a really good game. 9-11. Only died 2 times this game so far and enabled so many kills. Deserted. He is 1-6-4, but he's keeping up in net worth, so like props to that. His farming game is on point. We just aren't quite able to make the kills happen. This is the wrong key. Or is that the wrong key? I thought it was the right key. I apologize. Didn't mean to show console there. I wanted to show scoreboard. We see the heroes mostly dying is this Lich, which you don't really mind, as well as Brightside. They have the most deaths on their team. And in terms of levels, we see Gyrocopter level 23, Slardar level 22, and Fusquash on the Wind Ranger level 21. Brightside, oh my god. I haven't really checked Brightside in some time, and he is having a Yule Scepter as well as a Blink. And Big Mike, he's having the Glimmer Cape to save some people. Going into 4 staff next. Lena, she's finished her Yules. And Gyrocopter finished the Satanic now. BKB, still it's a 9-second. Yes, I saw the 10-second charge. And Radiant, they need to make some play happen. Yes. I like this play. Going for a smoke gank. Are they able to catch out? No, the blink away by Brightside. He is able to stop the smoke gank from happening. Smack tricks. Not getting the Yule Scepter off in time. They still have an infested lifestealer, but the smoke already wearing off. Brightside is like, what up? I'm still farming. Going for Hex next, but he is gonna get caught out by the Ember and lifestealer, but that's a lot of time. And meanwhile, Slardar going onto the back line. Fusquash coming in with the invis, landing the shackle shot onto Lena, and that's a dead Lena. Are they gonna be able to find more kills? The stun onto the Axe into a homing missile, as well as Fusquash going forward. And the power shot, not quite enough damage, but he wants to make his kill happen. Buyback from the Lena. Did Dire overextend? And it doesn't really look like a call onto the Slardar. BKB activated by Nier, and he just wants to get out of here. 3 remnants for the Ember Spirit, and they are getting kills here. They are getting the Slardar, they are getting the Lich as well, and that's forced buyback, 3 buybacks. So, but still, gold change still in favor of the of the Dire, of the Radiant, but they did take a tier 3, so shrines are open for destruction now. Tier 1 for the Radiant, they're needing anything here. And Lifestealer, 5k gold into the in the bank. He's only a Radiance and an AC. That's not what you want to be seeing at this stage of the game. He needs his next item. And the Laguna Blade onto plus Black Hole, but Black Hole immediately cancelled by Foost Rush by the Shackle Shot. And that's a dead Enigma. Enigma having no buyback, it's a dieback. BKB used, they are getting the Gyrocopter kill with the axe as well as the Ember Spirit. Fusquash, his BKB ran out now. Whoa. We are seeing, is Fusquash gonna die here as well? Fusquash dying as well. That's position 1 and position 2 dead for the Dire side. And that is what Radiant wants to be happening here. They did lose 2 heroes and it's both diebacks, so they won't be able to force any buybacks on their own. But they did put a stop to the reign of Gyrocopter as well as the Wind Ranger. We saw Wind Ranger, she can die outside of that BKB. Need to drink something here. Okay. This is game 3. Again, double elimination, so none of these teams are eliminated. If you're a big fan of Foxseal, don't worry if they lose. If you're a big fan of Team Excellence, to be honest, don't worry if they lose. They will be fighting in the lower bracket. It is still looking rather good for the Dire. But Lifestealer is number 1 of net worth, and he... In game number 2, what brought it? The Rapier. He is ready for another Rapier. Nope, he's not. He is going Nullifier. Never mind what I just said. That's an MKB. I only saw the Relic and then thought with the Demon Edge it was going to be a Rapier. But no, he has a Nullifier now. Going MKB next. MKB desperately needed against this Wind Ranger. But I also feel this... Despite saying at the beginning that I feel like Radiant has better control, I do feel Radiant is lacking control. They aren't really able to get the control onto these Dire heroes. And this Slardar has been proven to work. He is going for his own AC now. And they are going for this Roshan. Is Radiant going to prevent this? Black Hole not up for another 30 seconds. Call from the axe, but getting immediately intercepted. Double Chain Frost. Axe down for 110 seconds. Ember Spirit, is he gonna get out? Slardar is gonna die here. Ember Spirit going down as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Nier not afraid of anything. The Nullifier is gonna prevent him from using his Satanic. He already used it, and that's the Aegis down. Lina is gonna be able to put out so much damage. Black Hole onto 2 people, but it is just too late. You're already dead. And another Shackle Shot onto the Lina, and it is a 5-man wipe for the side of Radiant. It looked good for a second there. They were able to take down the Aegis once again, but they lost everything. What did it cost? Everything. Nier, he has cheese now. The blink in by Axe, if that was just 5 seconds earlier, this game would have looked completely different. Buyback from the Ember Spirit. 20k advantage now for the side of Dire. And Nier doesn't want to back down. They want to force the second buyback from the Lifestealer as well in terms of buyback. It is only Lifestealer having it available off the side of Radiant. And are they gonna continue this push? It is only Enigma and Ember Spirit. Or are they? They are going to go for the safe gold in form of shrines. And a D-ward from Big Mike. We see the combo from Grimstroke and Lich getting off nearly every team fight and dealing lots of damage. Slardar went down, but he is closing in on his AC now to counteract the AC of the Lifestealer. Lifestealer might is off cooldown once again. In terms of items, Grimstroke, he decided to not go for a Hex since Fusquash already has a Hex, most likely, but he is going for an Ethereal Blade to save those people, as well as some more burst potential. Manir, he is going for a Butterfly next. Jay, he has his AC now. Deserted, he is going for a Lincoln Sphere, feeling he can't really be strong enough. They're getting the call onto the Slardar, but immediate bash nullified to not being able to activate his BKB. And but the Ethereal Blade saving him from any further damage. Double Chain Frost once again, and Lifestealer is dead. This but Slardar dying as well. He doesn't have buyback. And we see Fusquash going forward. Lich dying to the Laguna Blade from Lina, and we see the Hex onto the Ember Spirit, and that's a dieback. Dieback onto the Ember Spirit. 2 minutes without your mid laner on the side of Radiant. They also are getting the Enigma. He dies to the silence. Buyback from the Lifestealer. They are getting the Wind Ranger, and we see another Ethereal Blade to save the Gyrocopter, but he is gonna go down here again. So buyback from the Lifestealer, but they are able to turn this fight around. We see if those people like Lina, if they aren't getting gone on, they have so much damage. As well as the Lifestealer, if he's just able to punch into people, he is tearing them apart. But we see now everybody has used their buyback on the side of Radiant, and that's why we see a 19k advantage. And they want to force their buybacks, but they have to be careful. If they are getting caught out here, they are in a world of trouble. Axe, he has his Crimson Guard. He's going for a BKB next. Buyback by the Wind Ranger. They are getting the tier 3 and they are backing out. And they are gonna go, and the Soulbind onto 2 people. Double Hex into a stun, and both getting silenced. Double Chain Frost once again. Beautiful combo there by Brightside. But it's Fusquash overextend. Axe is dead. He has buyback. They aren't getting the kill onto the Lifestealer so far. Is Jay gonna be able to catch up? No, he's simply gonna turn it around, and that's a dead Lifestealer. Lifestealer gone for 2 minutes, and the tip from Brightside. Toxicity. Brightside on this Grimstroke. Holy shit. Jumping in, getting the 2-hero solo bind. Follow that up from the Fusquash Hex into the stun, and to the silence, into Chain Frost. Very, very, very well played there by Radiant. They are forced to only use the buyback onto the from the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger had a moment there where she nearly died. So Fusquash has to be careful, but he didn't die. So, and we see now 22k advantage, and Dire is gonna push this. They know Lifestealer doesn't have buyback. They want to save the buyback on the Axe. It's only 20 seconds, so they might just give up this laner for Axe. We will see. Getting the D ward onto the Sentry ward here, so you have an Observer ward. Well played there by Big Mike. I just heard his stun, but it's just Jay putting a puddle down for himself. He is pushing in mid as well. They are giving up this Rax in order to be able to have a team fight with Axe while him having buyback. Corrosive haste. So they see the Axe. And they are going for Megas here. And we'll see how Radiant is going to respond to this. I don't really think they can let Megas happen. Stun onto the Slardar. This is a good start. But another Soulbind. Slardar really low. Culling Blade not hitting it. And that's a 4-man black hole, but immediately getting silenced by Brightside. And that's a dead Ember Spirit.
Radiant's top tower.
And he died without buyback. He had to use it in the earlier fight. He also doesn't have the gold for it. Lifestealer is back alive. Another Infest Bomb. We weren't able to kill the Slardar. And jump in. Lifestealer activating his BKB now. But they are just getting demolished here. Axe being killed. Another save by Brightside. This man is so good on his saves. And Lina getting Heal Scepter. Buyback from the Axe. Another Hex onto the Lifestealer. And he is dead. 2 minutes without your 2 most farmed cores. As well as Lina dead. Enigma dead. And GG is called. Well played there by Team Excellent, to be honest. And this was game number 3. Team Excellent, to be honest, is gonna move on into the in the winners bracket or upper bracket. Meanwhile, Foxseal is gonna go to the lower bracket. I did feel that Enigma pick